Hi, my name is Amir. I'm here to give you a quick presentation on how access system works. Here we have a keypad. So, green light, door releases. Or we also have an option where we can use a fob, blue little device here. Well, this is invalid. And this is granted access. Again, here we have another keypad, so our code, or fob, so everything works. Release. If you come here, we can show you a closer look on how it works. So here it's locked. If we fob in, it releases. Now we're going to simulate a forced entry. So as you can see, the door is not releasing. If we open it, the keypad beeps, as you can hear, telling us there is a forced entry. To avoid these issues, we install what we call the request to exit. Once the request to exit picks up motion, it releases the door automatically and grants access from the inside. Here we have another application of a maglock for entry. Granted access. If you follow me inside. Door doesn't release. Here is a maglock. So same principle, punch in the code, and access is granted. Now, if you come here, I can show you a brief. Here we're going to show you how a maglock basically works. We have a metal plate here on the door, and we have a magnetized plate on the door frame itself. So I'm going to take my scissors, so they will act as if it was a plate from the door. As you can see, they're holding on. If we punch in our code, it releases. Now we're gonna go into brains, or the heart, whichever way you want to see it, of this entire system. Here we have our rack with all of our switches, wiring coming from the ceiling. This room has to be cooled and kept at a certain temperature to keep or to maintain the life of our electronics. Here's a brief look of what the access system is made out of. Here we have a panel. All of our panels come with a battery for in case of a power interruption. Each can do 2 doors. And all these cans are basically controlled by this little computer right here. This other computer down here is for the cameras. As you can see here, we have roughly a dozen of cameras. All of them are rated for Vendel. So here we can take any camera. So this camera, is, like I was saying, is our fisheye camera, one of the most popular ones we sell. So the beauty about this camera is not only is Vendel proof, but also has a built-in microphone. This camera has no moving parts whatsoever. So what we can do, we can easily navigate and move around through the camera to view the necessary area. This is all office space. You can zoom in and see exactly what's going on. We have multiple views. We have the fisheye view. We have what we call the 1P. So if it was mounted on a wall and would like to navigate through the entire wall, so it would give us a 180-degree view basically. And there's obviously other views. Back to the fisheye one. We have 10R, so basically we can have just 3 corners of areas that we would like to watch, and then we still have our main fisheye. That's it for the cameras. Now, if we would like to go back, if we go to, the access system, we have here what we call the KVM. So we share the same keyboard and mouse for the entire monitor. So here we have basically our controllers. We can pick schedules for certain customers have certain requirements for access schedules. We have access levels for master access, for some staff, for parents. For example, we're in a YMCA, childcare center. And here we have all of our doors. We can basically monitor the status, whether to see they're locked, unlocked. We can have users here. We have all the users, whether they have a code or a fob like I showed you guys earlier. Everything that you see here can be controlled or modified anywhere in the world, as long as there is an internet connection. The possibilities are endless. It's only up to the customer and their needs, basically. So this is our famous fisheye camera. As you can see, there's no moving parts at all. If you look on my iPad, we have 6 cameras per page. If we double click on the camera itself, we can change the stream, take a picture. We can change the stream for a higher quality image. Press the little fish, and then we can zoom in and see everything that's going on. And once again, no moving parts, only a fixed image. It's called dewarping. This is the new technology of a fisheye lens. Here what we have is an intercom for an apartment building. So this works basically on the same principle as an access system, but fairly basic. So we could either punch in a code to let ourselves in, access is granted. As you can see, we have a stripe that releases when the access is granted, or what we have on the other side, another type of reader. Once again, these are for basic residential, less expensive, and it works the same way. For the other door, there's another reader, but for the intercom, since if you have a guest coming over and they don't have a fob to get in, if they, let's say we call them and they grant us access, when we do our programming, we have to program both doors to release at the same time. So if you follow me, we program these doors to unlock for 10 seconds. So here we're at the second door, and we have roughly 5 seconds. You see, we have 10 seconds after the access is granted, so we can come in, and the doors will lock automatically. Show you a brief look of the inside of the intercom. Fairly basic. Our main power with the transformer. Here we have a heater to maintain the temperature. Right now, just to let you guys know, it's 20 below zero, so it's fairly cold, so we need to have an intercom. This is a postal lock, so for the mailman, all the mailmen in the city have the same key. So once they insert their key, it releases a mechanism inside which trips a zone, and it unlocks the door for us. And that's all you need to know about an intercom.